All right, so it looks like we're gonna have a two-parter today. Sorry, guys, I totally screwed the pooch on that one. But we're gonna see if we can get Cami back here in just a second. Jenna, you're always first. I appreciate it. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if that fixed it. Somebody can pop in and let us know if I still sound.
I saw Jenna's on. Jenna.
She's first most days. It's like she sits there and she waits. I feel like a robotic maybe echo on here, so I'm trying to process this to you.
I hear an echo now too, but it doesn't sound robotic.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg, for your amazing technology. Now, I was just saying that when he got a chance, it happens when I add Cami. Oh, great. Cami bragging. There's just clearly a downstream inclusion in the
No, it's an upstream. Always, always upstream inclusions that don't exist.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cami, not to put you on the spot, but since I sound like a robot and you don't, I'm just going to let you talk for a minute.
Okay, that's good. Because I told you I was going to share my favorite memory of Sam. I was not working and came up and you guys were on the floor. And I don't think you were inpatient. I think you were up there just visiting. And Sam was driving the Tesla around the unit and you had Ben in your arms and you put Ben in the Tesla with Sam. And Sam took off down the hallway, which, mind you, everybody who's listening for this, we had to put a lock for the speed of the Tesla because Tony kept changing the speed of the Tesla and making it go faster. Anyway, so he puts this baby, Ben couldn't have been more than 6 months old, in the Tesla with Sam. Sam takes off, and Tony and I are at the end of the hallway talking, and Sam takes the corner at the other end of the hallway, and I'm like, Tony, we better go to the other side so we're there when they come around. So Tony and I moved to the other side of the hallway and wait for Sam to come around the corner, and sure enough, Sam came around the corner, but without Ben. And so somewhere down around the other end of the hallway, Sam decided Ben didn't need to be with him anymore, so he just put him out. And then here comes poor little Ben crawling down the hallway behind the Tesla. And Tony never panicked. I mean, you never panicked. I panicked when I saw Sam without Ben.
Like I said, the whole floor is locked down. Where's he going to go?
I don't know, into a patient room. I mean, down at the other end of the hallway. Who knows? Scared me, but you were like, yeah, he's fine. That's one of my favorite memories of that and the game of Yahtzee. That took a long time because I kept having to leave to go check patients in between Yahtzee turns. And so Sam was like, it's okay, Cami, don't worry about it. Take your turn and then go check your patients and then come back. It's like, okay, longest Yahtzee game ever. But Sam won.
I think one of my favorites was watching you and the kids play Milk the Cows.
Oh, Milk the Cows. I have video of Milk the Cows. Yes. When I brought the kids up at Christmas. That was when Sam was just out of the ICU. So.
Yeah. Whenever Sam was down in the PICU, y'all would come down and y'all would check on us. Can you tell me a little bit about what that felt like? Not himself.
For us, that's the most difficult thing we have to do. First of all, Sam is ours. I don't know if you know that, but you share your kid with the nurses. And so for us to relinquish control to the PICU nurses who don't know him and don't, in our opinion, they're excellent nurses, but they're not us and he's ours. And so we're a little possessive and we've had some, maybe verbal altercations here and there with PICU nurses when they're taking care of our kids. But they do a great job. They really do. Shout out to the PICU nurses. But Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for us to see it. It's hard for us to sort of be broken off from the communication a little bit, because when you guys are in the PICU, we don't round with the doctors. And so we're not getting, that firsthand information that we want. And we're just getting, we get it from you because we come down there and make you tell us everything that they said. But it's really frustrating, and it hurts our hearts because we don't want you in the PICU, and we don't want Sam to be sick. We didn't want any of the news we got there in the end. None of us wanted to hear any of it. And, I always say when it stops hurting is when I'll retire, because there are kids, like I said, you're sharing. And to see him, there were moments, though, even in the PICU, where Sam would, be Sam, like snapping his fingers to music. It's like, well, that's Sam, or, sitting up because you had him sit up and you knew he didn't like it. You knew it wasn't feeling good for him, but he did it. Again, Sam just did what he had to do. So, but yeah, that's a hard time for us, a really hard time. The whole, not being in control of what's happening is hard for us. Which I'm sure it's hard for you too. I mean, you guys have to relinquish, a lot.
I think it's different, right? It's hard. But, and a good data moment that I shared my kids with you guys, like, that was very quickly, y'all became extension of the family, And it's certainly not the same. Like, it doesn't feel the same for any of the PICU nurses. But it's not. It doesn't feel like a relinquish of control. It's just different because they're not y'all, but they're still the nurses, and they have even if they do it a little differently, they have his best interest at heart.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're, like to your point, they know what they're doing. Say what?
I said they don't have our personal connection.
Yeah. Yeah. One, it takes time to build that. And the entire goal is to get them out of the PICU as quickly as they safely can.
Right.
No, it's not good for them to be in there.
Right, and we want them back on our floor as fast as we can get them. So, but like I said, they do an amazing job. And you have to also remember when Sam's in the PICU, Sam is in the PICU for a reason. And, those nurses are specialists in those things that had to be done. So, so we understood. We just didn't like it.
No, we didn't either.
So, and it's not nearly as fun. I mean, we can't come down there and goof off and play and, be crazy like we can on the floor. People are used to us being a little crazy, so.
I like to pitch in on the crazy.
Yeah, the crazy's fun. I mean, that's what keeps us coming back. Is the laughter and the fun. I mean, Sam laughed and he played and he was just Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the, like, another one of my favorite memories is in the very end when he couldn't open his eyes. He would physically open his eyes.
Do it. Show him.
He'd pull his eyes open and then he would look at you, say what he needed to say, and then let go.
Let him snapshot. I told everyone the other day that there's some things that are only funny to like people who are around us. I gotta imagine that might fall in there a little bit. There's somebody out there going, "That's terrible." He couldn't open his eyes and got laughing about it. It was terrible, but still, it was funny.
It was funny. That and the pudding. Oh my goodness, the pudding. And if we didn't have it, I mean, he would just he wanted it when he wanted it.
Well, and y'all would go on multi-floor searches.
You better believe we would. What Sam wanted, Sam got.
It's true.
So it was, those were fun memories, though.
Yeah. The PICU stuff, the problem with the PICU, I think, for us was that there was one time when he was in the PICU that he was in immense pain because it was post-surgical. And that was when he was in the coma for like 2 weeks. and he went when he woke up, he was intubated, and then we kind of lost him psychologically for a little
Talking
bit.
about after antibody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, he was the PICU was pain for him, like because it was either post-op pain or we had the meningitis.
Right.
So that's
Bad headache.
yeah, I don't have a lot of. I have some form of PICU headache, but not many.
No, that
And it's not
the trip in the PICU after the antibody was a rough trip.
That's hard.
That was actually just before the milking of the cows when he came back up, right?
Yeah. You got about 75 yards to tell one more good Sam story.
One more good Sam story. I think the Sam story you told. Well, I could tell a sad one. You want me to tell a sad one? It's really about you.
I like stories about me.
So, oh wait, I have a funny one first. Do you remember Sam's bath?
Oh God.
When Sam came back from the PICU and we insisted that we give him a bath, and so Tony had to get in the shower with him. And Sam on Tony's lap, and three of us, me and Maud and Amy, trying to bathe that baby as fast as we could.
He was pissed.
He
didn't like that one.
He was mad. But you were funny. You were soaked.
Yeah, you get to see me in my underwear. I stripped down in my skivvies.
No, we found you scrub pants. You said you were going to go in.
Oh, that's right.
And we were like, no, you're not. We love you, but you're not going to be in there in your underwear with all of us.
Tell me your sad story.
My sad story is in the end. And we were all, I think it was me and Deb, maybe Priscilla was in there as well, and you and Maud and Sam, and you sang "You Are My Sunshine." And I think you're the only one, and we were all crying well before the last verse. You made it all the way to the last verse before you cried, but oh my God, my heart broke. That was a rough one.
It was tough. He was in that. We haven't talked about having him breathing because I thought that might be pushing a little too far. Maybe we'll see. But he was in that phase where he was gone. His body was still there. And just trying to calm him down to make it easier for him to let go.
Yeah. You did a great job. You and Maud were amazing.
Thank you.
You need to tell Maud to post the pictures of the three of you with your feet in the bed looking out the window, and you can see his little ET light on his toe and you guys next to him.
I'll make sure it gets up. Do me a favor, since I'm Robotic Voice, remind everybody why we're doing this and who we're raising funds for, please.
Okay, we are doing this in memory of Sam, but not for Sam. It's to raise money for Alex's Lemonade Stand, which is an organization that helps our families in lots of ways. I know it helped Tony and his family get Sam off to New York several times. And but they're always willing to help with whatever they need to help with our kids. So it's an amazing organization. I hope you guys will all share the video and reach out to them and donate to just make it a little bit easier for these families, because no family should ever walk these journeys.
Kimmy, so thank you so much for being here with us. We love you. Everybody else, if you can understand what I'm saying, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.